Hi, I'm Wes Johnson, Johnson Hand Controls, and I'm here to show you today the mounting systems for the turn signal crossover on a General Motors specific. General Motors used this design for many years, and they still use a version of it today on a couple models, and I'll be cover all of those with you because there are different clamping systems. Okay. For this one, this is the classic, it's called a Smart Stick. It has your cruise control here, your light wipers there, and your washer here. Normally, if you mounted a crossover on it, the only place you clamp it is down here because this is very weak. You can't interfere with the controls, but the drawback in here is every time you take a left-hand turn, you turn the washers on. So you have to put up with that 3 or 4 swings of the thing. So I figured out how to fix that problem, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. Now, this arm, the way it's built, this end just snaps in on a couple of plastic pins. So if you take and just mount something here, you can see this, you see it bending. This is actually one of the first ones I made, and my son broke it in about 3 weeks. The downward pressure. That's why I kept looking at it, watching it break until I figured out how to overcome it. So first off, this is the mounting bracket. It's a special, it's opening here. It goes right on over the top of these controls, so you can still operate them. Okay. It has this is a load transfer plate. I'll explain its use as we go. Okay, so you take, this is a height adjustment screw also, and Loctite. So what you do, easiest way to do it, to put this thing together, is put the set screw through there, and just give her a few turns to get it to get on. Okay, you then slide it over, put it on. When you're tightening up this screw, cap screw, you want to try to make sure that this arm is centered. Okay, so then when you tighten that, this does 2 things. It's going into the arm about a 1/16 of an inch. And that's all it takes. That way you can still operate everything. It's not been jammed. Now, like I told you, this thing will break off. So this is where this transfer plate comes in. Now, if you look at what I did here, I got it off center a little bit, so you want to crack this loose. Get it centered. And then tighten it. It's secure, it's not going to come off. Now, we have to adjust this, because right now, before we do that, we put this in this position, okay? Now we installed the crossover arm. Things about the crossover arm. You slip it in, snug up the 1/8 inch set screw, and that's all you really have to do, except you also have to adjust the location of the end of this arm. You do not want it to go out beyond the steering wheel. In the General Motors like this is bent pretty close to what your regular need. You can take it off and bend it. It will bend, but it is very strong. It's T6 aluminum. Okay. So once you've got, just take and fit this on there. Have the customer take and just with their fingertips operate the turn signal. Okay. Once you got that adjusted, tighten up the set screw, back it off, take it out. It will leave a mark on the rod. Okay. At this point, take a file a little flat spot there. Okay. What that will do is when you put that back in there, that flat spot will ensure that it's going to stay in that position. But if your operator doesn't listen and they start grabbing it, it's going to twist in this mount and it'll just spin around. That flat spot gives you a reference point to put that in, back in. Okay, so we got it where we want it. We tighten it up. This has the Healy coil threads in it. You're not going to break it by putting some pressure on it. Okay, now we've got the arm. Now we have to take care of this bend. If you watch me, you can see how that piece bends. Okay, we can't have that. So what you do is take and tighten up this set screw. Okay, now it's just finger tight. Now what you'll do is you'll take your right hand turn. Yeah, right hand turn. Okay. You can see that arm bends a little bit, but not much, but it does. If the wipers come on, tighten it a quarter of a turn. Or if the wipers come on, you'll have to loosen it. If the wipers don't come on, it's adjusted good enough, tighten up the lock nut. Okay. If when you use it, the wipers are activated when you turn, it means it's too tight. It's not have enough give to it. Just take it off a quarter turn, try it again. It's just get it the right length that's going to work for that arm. And once you got it, just tighten up the set screws. That's one General Motors that we do make. This will work on, like I said, the older General Motors with this type of control. Also on the Impala 06 through 11, they took this part off, but it's just still a knob. The same mount works. Okay, now in the next video, we'll show you how to do the newer Silverados and Yukons. Thank you.